Going live here. This is Hannibal again from the HannibalTV.com. And I had a lot of people commenting to me about this. I brought this up in my last news update, but I had a lot of personal messages. So I'm going to do a video just on this subject. Val Venis made some comments in relation to the transgender wrestler Nyla Rose winning the AEW championship. He said he's going to identify himself as a Great Dane and enter the Westminster Dog Show. And then he said he's going to identify himself as Serena Williams and enter a women's tennis contest. He said WWE drops women's from the women's title. Impact makes a woman the men's heavyweight champion. And quote, AEW makes a man a woman's champion. Who the fuck are these insane social justice warriors with pencils and papers ruining the industry I love so much? Well, Cody Rhodes responded to that today on an AEW media call. He said, I think it's disappointing Val Venis was kind of like the Disco Inferno of the WWE. And he basically insinuated that he doesn't think anyone remembers Val Venis and that he thinks Val Venis is just trying to get bookings with those comments. He said that Val Venis is not going to get booked anywhere near AEW in the future. And he says that the best way to end this bigotry, transphobia, and negativity is to not hit the ball back. He says that Nyla Rose is the best wrestler in AEW, and that's best women's wrestler in AEW is how he referred to her, and that's why she is the champion. So he definitely did hit the ball back there, in my opinion. I think Val Venis just gave his opinion. I understand that mixed wrestling is popular with some people now. I have an open challenge to any woman that wants to try and amateur wrestle me on the Great North Wrestling event in Smith Falls, February 29th, because that'll be a shoot amateur match. I want to see if a woman could actually beat me. I don't really have any opinion on Nyla Rose being the champion of the women's division. My only point regarding that is because she was born a man, she is bigger and more muscular naturally than a woman. So as a 125, 130 pound, 140 pound woman wrestler, that might not be as fun having to go in there regularly with someone who was born a man, because personally, I wouldn't want to wrestle the Big Show every match either, because it's going to hurt more when he chops you. It's going to hurt more when he slams you. People love to say that wrestling's fake and doesn't hurt, but the truth is it does hurt. And when you have opponents that are bigger than you, they hurt more than someone in the same size as smaller. So that's one issue. Pike 23 says, I remember Val. By the way, I did do a full career interview with Val Venis. So if you don't know who he is, look up that full shoot interview with the Hannibal TV. And I would say it was definitely more successful than the Disco Inferno. Not to take anything away from the Disco Inferno, who's also done a full shoot interview with the Hannibal TV. I'm not even going to read these comments. People can read their own comments. I have enough heat without reading some of these controversial comments. I just wanted to report on this because people wanted me to do an individual video about it. Obviously, Cody takes it very personally. I personally don't think people that aren't interested in watching transgender matches aren't necessarily bigots if they're not interested in watching that. Just like, what's his name? Colt Cabana recently kissed Joey Ryan's penis in a professional wrestling match, and he said people that don't like that are homophobic. Well, I'm not homophobic at all. Not at all. And I just don't want to see a guy kissing another person's penis. I just don't want to see it. It's not interesting to me. If you want to do that behind closed doors, sure. I don't want to see it in a wrestling ring. That's my opinion. That doesn't mean that I'm scared of homosexuals. I'm not. I'm a very open, laid back person. I don't care as long as you're not into children or abusing animals. If you're consensual adults, do whatever you want. I don't just necessarily want to see it smashed in front of my face. And if the transgender wrestling gets ratings for AEW and they want to go in that direction rather than the traditional wrestling that they originally said they were going to go back to when they opened up this more sports orientated, to quote them, wrestling, which we have the sports orientated wrestling. Okay, they have Jesus Christ tag teaming with Scooby Doo now. Which, by the way, superstar Billy Graham was very offended at, but I'm not going to get into that. They're doing great. They're making lots of money in AEW. So who am I to say anything about their success? All the power to them, but I don't think that Val Venis is a bigot. I just don't think he agrees with that type of booking. That's my opinion on the situation.